Hey guys, welcome back with Miss Elizabeth to art and crafts and everything in between. I'm in my pajamas, can't get any simpler and better than this. My cat is behind the camera chilling as well. I even got a blanket on my lap. We are ready. Alright, so today we are doing something simple. You don't need any materials as far as like craft materials. You basically just need just a visual to look at. I uploaded some ideas onto a Google Drive that I'm going to be sharing in your classes with links to paintings. But honestly, you can pick anything around your house. I'm sure you have pictures, paintings, coloring books, something laying around the house. We're just going to be practicing visual literacy and critical thinking. So basically all you need is something visual. I have several links, but we're going to look at this first one, which is The Snail by Matisse. So yeah, basically all you're going to do is let your child look at the painting, the photograph, the picture, whatever you want, and you're just going to kind of prompt them with simple questions. Give them a chance to answer first independently. If they're having trouble with it, maybe help them along by giving your opinion, or kind of maybe give them buzz or keywords that kind of like will spark something in their head. I also provided a list of questions. I'm going to provide a list of questions that you can ask on your class dojo, and that'll help you out with everything. Alright, so the snail's a really good one if you want to identify colors. You could ask them what colors they see, and you can have them point to the colors. You can say things like, find the red shape, and they can point along with you. Or like I said, just openly ask them, what colors do you see? Ask them what they think of the painting, what they like about the painting. Do they like the painting? Do they not like the painting? You could ask them what's one thing they would add or one thing they would change. Basically just sit and talk about the picture. It's as simple as that. I know it can be a little hard to get your child to sit and concentrate, and sometimes you may not fully understand the picture they're trying to paint for you. There's been many examples where I've done this with the kids at school. I show them a picture of a man and a woman, and somehow it turns into a very elaborate story of pirates and zombies. And you know what? It's their imagination. They're talking in full sentences. So I'll let them ramble for a little bit and, try to pull them back in. But yeah, let their imagination run a little bit. Their imagination may even be overactive right now because they're stuck inside. But then you also have paintings like this by Seurat, the Grand Lawn. There's people in the painting. So if there's people, you can ask them, what is he, she, they, what are they looking at? Or what do you think they're thinking about? This kind of creates the chance for your child to create their own narrative. If you want to practice writing skills, you could show them and say, write what you think they're thinking about, and they can kind of create their own story. Or what do you think happened right after this painting? Or what do you think happened before this moment? And kind of you can get creative with your own questions, but like I said on Class Dojo, I will be providing a list of questions that you can ask. I think we went over most of them. But yeah, sometimes when we ask, do you or do you not like the painting, sometimes the kids can be afraid to give their opinion. A lot of them think that there's a black and a white answer, and that they're not allowed to have their own opinion and their own like gray area. I've always told the kids that it's okay not to like a painting. There are plenty of paintings I don't like. There's plenty of paintings I'm sure you don't like. The kids are allowed not to like something. They're allowed to like something. Even if you don't like it, they can like it. And I think that's a really valuable social skill in these kind of discussions, that they're allowed to form opinions. And when they say, I don't like something, then go a step further. Say, why don't you like it? This can kind of get them thinking, instead of just like, oh, it makes me happy. Okay, well, why does it make you happy? Does it make you happy because there are bright colors? Does it make you happy because the person in the painting looks happy? Just kind of like help them along. And like I said, if they really aren't sure, maybe give your opinion. Maybe say, well, I like the painting because, or what I think is cool is, and so you can kind of start that discussion with them. And usually when you start the discussion and you show that there's no judgment in what they can say, a lot of them start warming up. And this does take practice. It is something that you can do often with them. The first few times they may be uncomfortable really talking about something, but once you do it more and more, that's when they kind of start to open up. Some of your kids are not shy, and right off the bat they'll tell you exactly how they feel in a very unfiltered version, and that's okay. But yeah, through all of this and through art, I think altogether it's very important to teach the children that they are allowed to have their own opinions. They're allowed to think differently than their peers or think differently from you when it kind of comes to this more open-ended kind of stuff. It's not a simple addition problem. It's not writing your ABCs. It's really about critically, visually analyzing something and kind of developing your own emotions on that. But tools I'm providing with this, I'm providing several boards for maybe the kids that can't talk or unable to speak, or maybe they're having some trouble, they need a more like visual cue. I've created some visual boards that I'll be posting as well as PDFs. You have your yes and no, so you ask them if they like the painting, they can touch yes or no. You can ask them how does the painting make them feel, so I have a list of emotions, so they can touch happy or they can touch sad. If you ask them what colors are in the painting, I've created a visual board of colors and they can touch the different colors they see. You can make this at home as well. You don't need the print-offs, you don't need a computer. You can simply get a piece of paper and draw a smiley face and write yes, and draw a frown face and write no. Or you can get crayons at home, color in different squares of the different colors, and ask your child to touch the different colors. So really use the resources you have at home to kind of strike up the conversation. It doesn't have to be online. But yeah, I hope this is enjoyable. I hope this just strikes a lot of fun conversations for you and your child. And even if they aren't verbal, it's sometimes fun to watch the wheels turn in their brain. You can see it in their eyes. But even if engagement for them is as simple as looking at the painting, maybe having some emotional response to it on their face, sometimes that is amazing in itself. And so yeah, just takes a little time, patience, but I do suggest doing things like this weekly just to kind of get them more comfortable with the whole process. But yeah, do it in your pajamas, do it in your sweatpants, and have fun. But I will see you guys next week. Hope you guys like the activities, and hope you have a wonderful weekend.